What?
What are you doing here?
I am sorry, I just came to pick up phone charger.
Get out of my room!
Welcome, brother.
Yeah. Where is my wife?
I am a 35-year-old man, and I feel like a stranger in my own house. This was the part of the story that caught my attention. You see, this happened to a friend of mine. For security reasons, I won't be sharing the details about their name and location. So let's just assume his name is Paul. Paul told me that something happened to him recently that shook his bone, and now he needs an advice. So when he came back home, by the way, Paul is a twin. His twin brother was sitting on the couch watching TV. It was football. He was wondering, this is very unlike him. He didn't know what to do because his brother is used to watching music stations. And usually when he comes back home, there will be music, there will be fun. His wife will rush out to him and welcome him. But he didn't notice his wife in the room. So he asked his brother, by name Peter. He asked Peter, where's my wife? He said, I don't know, casually. Maybe she's in the room. So he walked straight to the room, trying to find out what was really going on. But unfortunately for him, the moment he opened the door, he saw the wife with their 1-year-old baby on the bed while she folds the clothes. But you could tell by the way she was folding that clothes that her mind wasn't there. She was looking straight into the distance and was very cold. Even when he opened the door, she didn't say a word. So he asked, what's wrong, babe? The wife snapped at him immediately. Now, he has closed the door and he's already in the room. But she was very angry. He didn't know why she was screaming. She said, what do you mean by what's wrong? What is not wrong? Everything is wrong. At this point, he knew there was something extremely wrong. So he told her to calm down, but she didn't. Eventually, she said that his brother walked into the room while she was dressing up, that the brother saw her nakedness. Now, this got Paul really angry. He said, what nonsense? How could that happen? The wife said, why wouldn't it happen? When I told you before, you didn't listen. So he bashed right into the sitting room and called his brother. He said, brother, what's going on? Now, Peter is a very jovial guy. He's very loud and he's very bored. That very moment, he was calm. He said, what is this that I'm hearing, that you saw my wife's nakedness? Why would you walk into the room without knocking? Peter said he just felt there was nobody there. So he went to get a charger, that his charger wasn't working anymore. The wife screamed at the top of her voice from the back, saying, it's a lie. You just walked into the room without even knocking. Don't you know I'll be in the house? What kind of talk is that? At this point now, there's serious tension in the room because the baby was also crying in the next room. Now, Paul told me that at that point, he didn't know what to do anymore. He was so angry at his brother. Let me tell you guys a backstory, a quick backstory so you understand what is going on here. You see, when Peter called his brother all the way from Abuja and told him that they fired him at his place of work and he needed somewhere to just lay his head till he gets another job, his brother did not hesitate to invite him to the house. He told the wife and the wife said there was no problem. So he came to the house. And when he came into the house, all the way from Abuja, he came to Lagos. If you know Lagos is a very, like the economic hub of Nigeria. So he came into the house and instantly the whole house lit up. Everywhere was so lively. The wife was so happy that she even washed their clothes together because guess what? They're twins. So she was always cooking for the brother and everyone was living happily. Because Peter was very loud, very jovial, always playing music and singing. She even confessed that the house felt a lot livelier with him around. But gradually things started to change. Peter started suggesting and advising, and this got to the wife. He would say things like, bros, why are you giving your wife so much money to go to the market? Don't you think the money is too much? The wife will hear this, but she didn't really take any offense at the beginning. Eventually, he moves on to things like you're spending too much money on the mechanic. If you want to get somebody to fix your gen, why are you paying him so much money? You shouldn't be paying that much money. Started suggesting and moving things around in the house. The one that actually got her pissed was when he said that the clothes she was wearing on a certain day was too clingy. That's too revealing. He told his brother, and the brother didn't say anything. At that point, the wife eventually spoke up. She told her husband that she doesn't like the kind of things that are coming out from his brother's mouth. Guess what? The husband said, it's normal. Paul was like, don't worry about it. He's just being careful. He doesn't want you to reveal too much. And she said, it's none of his business, that you should be the only one who has that power. According to what Paul said, when she heard that part of the story and told the husband did not do anything about it. So it was understandable to see her very angry when Peter eventually saw her nakedness. Now, I don't know how I'm supposed to advise a grown man, because at this point, the wife was insisting that Peter should leave the house. But there's something that happened when she spoke up about it and said Peter should leave, that she is not safe anymore in her house. She needed a space to be with her husband. Paul hesitated, and she knew instantly that there was more to what was going on. So she asked Paul, what's really going on? Paul was cold. He kept quiet for a few seconds, then eventually said that the truth is, it would be hard for him to tell Peter to go, because you see, the thing is, Paul is a sconce, like chronic addicted gambler. In this part of the country, there's what they call sports betting. It's where people use their phone and bet on games like football and all. So he took his money that he was supposed to use to get married a day before his wedding, and he placed the bet on a particular game, and he lost all the money. Now, guess what? On the day of the wedding, he didn't tell the wife. His plans was that he would be able to double the money and eventually take her out on a very good honeymoon after the wedding. But that didn't work. Things fell apart. He was so down. Guess who came to help him? His brother. His brother borrowed him over 5 million naira just so that he could eventually pay the wife's bride price and then settle the remaining balance for the food and drinks that people ate on the day of the wedding. So the brother was indebted to Peter. That's the husband of the wife. And he couldn't just find himself chasing him away, because these guys don't have any father, don't have any mother, no one to turn to. And being an orphan like that, nowhere to go, they relied on each other all their life. Now, the wife wants him out of the house. But when she heard that part of the story, she broke down. She couldn't believe her ears. So she was like, oh, so that was why he was walking around the whole place as if he owned the house. You didn't tell me this part of the story. You didn't tell me what happened to you on that wedding. I suspected there was something wrong. That was what she said. You see, when Paul told me this story, I could not advise him, because he called me a night before. He said he couldn't sleep. The wife, he can't touch her. She's angry. And she said she's going to leave the house and take the child to her father's place, back to her father's house. And that is if he doesn't get Peter out of the house. So what do you guys think Paul should do? Should he chase his twin brother away at his time of need, just so that he can save his marriage? Or should he advise the wife to go and stay with the father, with their baby, till Peter gets a new place of work and eventually gets his own place and leave? So what would you guys advise? I think the answer is pretty simple, but I just couldn't tell him because, well, if I do, you know how you can't really tell a grown man what to do with his family. He should know. But I feel if I do this video, he would watch it and he knows he's the one I'm talking about, and he will read from the comments. So you guys, please, let's do him a favor and tell him what to do in the comment section. He's confused. He doesn't know which or what to do. Should he send his brother packing, or should he let his wife go and stay with her father. What should he do? Let's hear in the comment section. I'll see you guys there.